Corruption is dangerous, divisive and destabilizing. It thrives in secrecy and silence. That is why transparency, accountability and civil society participation are essential. This is a quote by Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Director General of the World Trade Center, WTO.
Few years ago, civil societies, which includes non-governmental organizations, charities, community-based organizations, foundations, professional organizations or associations, trade unions, faith-based organizations, and social movements including the media, academic institutions, professional groups, and individual citizens have become essential players in the battle against economic and financial crime.
Although government and law enforcement agencies are crucial in addressing these offenses, civil societies have played a significant role in revealing scandals and eliminating areas where corruption thrives. Hello and thank you for joining us on another program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Muhammad. Presenting with me is
Abbas Abubakar. Today we will be looking at the role of civil societies in the fight against economic and financial crimes. We shall also look at the stories and events that made headlines in the past week. Do stay with us. We start the program with updates on the activities of the EFCC in the past weeks. The executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has called on youths in the South-South region of Nigeria to resist the lure of internet fraud and other financial crimes, describing fraud as a deadly trap that destroys lives and future. Olukoyede gave the charge in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, at an event organized by a coalition of Nigerian youth on security and safety affairs, CONISA. Our reporter completes the story.
Speaking on the theme Uniting South-South Youths in the Fight Against Cultism, Pipeline Vandalism, Internet Fraud, Money Laundering, Drug Abuse, Human Trafficking and Economic Sabotage, Olukoyede spoke through Head Advanced Fee Fraud Section, Port Harcourt Zonal Directorate of the EFCC, Chief Superintendent of the EFCC, CSE Koka Oyegunle. He warned that while fraud may appear to offer easy money, it ultimately leads to shame, imprisonment and lost opportunities. The EFCC boss highlighted that internet fraud, money laundering and economic sabotage cost Nigeria billions of naira annually, thereby undermining national growth and depriving citizens of infrastructure, jobs and opportunities. Beyond the economic sabotage, he added that these crimes erode Nigeria's international image, innocent Nigerians to stricter visa restrictions abroad. The EFCC's boss urged the youths to channel their talents into productive ventures such as digital innovation, entrepreneurship, agriculture and creative industries, all of which offer sustainable opportunities without the risks of crime. The chairman reaffirmed the Commission's readiness to continue its sensitization, enforcement and collaboration with communities to combat fraud and related crimes. He also called on all stakeholders, especially young people, to be partners in building a nation defined by integrity and prosperity. In his remarks, representative of the chairman, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA, Assistant Commander General Narcotics Matthew Ewa, warned that drug abuse remains one of the most dangerous threats to Nigeria youths. Also speaking on uniting the youths in South-South against pipeline vandalism, Assistant Superintendent of Corps Kabiru Zakari, who represented the Commander General Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC, addressed the dangers of pipeline vandalism and its devastating effects on communities. Earlier in his opening remarks, the Director General of CONISA, Ademario Emmanuel, emphasized the role of young people in shaping Nigeria's future and the need to support security agencies that are genuinely committed to ending insecurity. He called on all youths to unite in the fight against pipeline vandalism, cultism and economic sabotage, stressing that everyone must get involved in the fight for a greater country. I am Chinonso Eni, reporting for the Eagle.
The executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoide, has tasked women across the country to show greater commitment to the fight against economic and financial crimes and other acts of corruption. He made the call in Abuja at the You Against Crime Festival organized by You Against Crime International, YACI. The EFCC, who was represented by the Head Enlightenment and Reorientation Unit of the EFCC, Assistant Commander of the EFCC Aisha Muhammad, noted that mothers and women are capable of playing crucial roles in the fight against crimes and urged them to join forces with the EFCC in the fight. Our reporter completes the story.
The EFCC chairman stated that mothers and women play crucial roles in everything that children do, and they can do the same in the fight against corruption and cybercrime, adding that through inculcating sound moral values and culture, they can help their children to be good ambassadors of the family and the country in general.
We're talking about culture. Culture, we have to tie it back to parenting, to role models, to having role models. Most children nowadays do not have role models, and parents are busy. I remember I love to give this short story. The EFCC went to raid a place in Benin actually, and we got some Yahoo boys, and really they were guilty because we got evidences on them. And a few days later, after their arrest, we had this association of Yahoo mothers that came out to protest. Yes, and that's why the EFCC is always talking about parenting and also catching them young. The EFCC has integrity clubs in primary and secondary schools. We have the zero tolerance clubs in universities, tertiary institutions, all trying to catch them young. And we have the Women Against Corruption, as I said, because of how important mothers are and women are in the society and everything we're doing.
The president and organizer of the event, Tayo Folorunshaw, stated that the purpose of the program was to proffer solutions to the various crimes bedeviling the society and to work collectively in finding solutions to them.
So today we bring to you Against Crime to your table. We can't do it alone. I don't know much about security. I'm a young boy that God has given grace to push. I'm a mover. But today I'm proud to say I can call on the Commissioner of Police, come support me, he comes to support me. I can feel free to call the EFCC, come support me. Please help us to help you, this organization, with our own platform.
In her contributions, the Mandate Secretary, Women Affairs, Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, Adedayo Benjamin Laniyi, called for a collective action in the fight against financial crime.
Crime prevention is better than just looking for the solution in a cure in itself, because cure is never sure. But prevention, when done strategically, cascading the full interventions of integration for community, like we here see today, through culture, through entertainment, truly becomes the cure for crime.
Civil society serves as the moral compass of the country. They act as crucial overseers and assist in tracking government expenditures, informing the public about the rights, and establishing avenues to uncover and address corruption. They amplify the voices of those who are unheard and elevate grassroots issues to national attention.
Additionally, they require the freedom to operate without hindrance, with the government's safeguarding activities, guarantee freedom of press, and promoting laws that enhance transparency. Today, on our interview segment, we will look at the role of civil society in the fight against economic and financial crimes.
From corruption within public institutions to deceitful financial practices, these offenses deplete resources undermine organizations, and diminish public confidence. However, government entities aren't fighting this battle in isolation. Civil society, comprising the media, non-governmental organizations, professional associations, and ordinary citizens, plays a significant role in advocating for accountability and enhancing transparency. Today, we delve into how civil society is rising to confront corruption and financial wrongdoing, and why their participation is increasingly vital. I have with me Assistant Commander of EFCC 2, Aisha Mohammed. She's the Head Enlightenment and Reorientation Unit of the Public Affairs Directorate here at the EFCC headquarters. She will give insights on the role of the civil society in combating corruption. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
The topic of discussion is civil society involvement in the fight against economic and financial crimes. So for clarity's sake, who are civil society organizations?
Civil society organizations are organizations that are formed. They are non-governmental organizations and they are non-profit organizations. They actually serve like an organization that is there to checkmate the activities of what either government are doing and to also engage citizens in what the government or any topical issue that they feel the citizens need to know. So that's what civil society is and a little bit of what they do.
What role do civil society organizations play in combating economic and financial crimes?
The first role they play is actually advocacy. They try to sensitize and enlighten the populace. They bring out things that are happening within the system. It could be, they also serve as whistleblowers, advocacy, sensitization, awareness, creating awareness, taking the fight against corruption actually to the grassroots, which links me to the second one, which is partnership and collaboration, which they normally have with anti-corruption agencies. We collaborate with them. We take anti-corruption messages to the grassroots, to traditional rulers. We go to schools. We do lots of things in terms of partnership and collaboration. So the advocacy, partnership and collaboration, they also do monitoring and oversight. They monitor the activities, financial activities of MDAs and organizations, and they bring it to the foresight of if there is anything, as I said, they do whistleblowing. So they could actually bring it to the foresight of anti-corruption agencies for them to follow up on. And they also do capacity building. They train anti-corruption agencies. They also help out in sponsoring some trainings still for the anti-corruption agencies. They do research and analysis. They carry out research, analyze situation. Either they take it to the anti-corruption agencies. As I said, they serve as intermediaries between government, citizens, and even the anti-corruption agencies, and they serve as whistleblowers. They also promote transparency and accountability in the system, because when they see something, let me use the EFCC slogan, they say something, while we, the anti-corruption agencies, we do something about it.
In what way do civil society organizations, work together, synergize with anti-corruption agency to tackle corruption or economic and financial crimes?
Okay, I just mentioned some few earlier.
Yes.
I would give an example with what the EFCC does. EFCC have a rigorous programs with civil society organizations. We already know that the fight against corruption cannot be won by EFCC alone.
Yes.
Not just the EFCC, but all anti-corruption agencies. And we have to partner with the civil society organizations because they have platforms, they have the resources, some of them have the resources, they have the platforms, and they are whistleblowers. They keep us, they even checkmate us, if I can say that, because they look at our activities and they help us to see where and what we're lacking. Even though also some of them, unfortunately, are being used to fight anti-corruption agencies. You could see sometime you see that an anti-corruption agency is investigating, for example, a politically exposed person, and then possibly the person has, he has money, and then he sponsors civil society organization to tackle the anti-corruption agent. So that's like corruption fighting back. So that's one of the how do I put it, the off limit of what civil society organizations can be used for. If not, they are partners in the fight against corruption. They help us to spread the message. They enlighten the populace. They take the message to the grassroots. We use their platforms to send our message.
What role do young individuals or youth, and community-based group play in civil society efforts to combat corruption or economic and financial crimes?
The roles they play is actually to get involved, buying into the fight against economic and financial crimes, buying into the fight of social menace, saying no to crime totally in the country. The only way they can do that is to buy into it, help in creating awareness too, because when the civil society organizations pass these messages to them, what they're expected to do is actually to take it, assimilate it, and act upon it. So their role is actually to get involved, buy into the fight against corruption. Know that the fight against corruption is for everyone. No individual can actually win the fight. It's a collective fight. All stakeholders must come together to fight against corruption.
So are there initiatives, specially aimed at training or engaging youth in anti-corruption advocacy?
Yes, the EFCC has the Integrity Club, which is for primary and secondary schools. We try to catch them young. EFCC is very proactive. We don't just sit to say, okay, until something happens before we go and arrest or do something. So we have the Integrity Club for primary and secondary schools. We have the Zero Tolerance Club for tertiary institutions. We also have the EFCC NYSC CDS group because EFCC follows them from when they're younger to tender age to when they are adults. So we have the Integrity Club, as I earlier mentioned, the Zero Tolerance Club, the EFCC NYSC CDS group, and we continuously enlighten them on the fight against corruption and how they are to participate. Through even this media we're having, the interview we're having with you, I know that the EFCC has TV programs, it has a radio station,
yes.
The EFCC prints magazines, we have so many things. I know the EFCC has the Creative Communication Unit, which technically uses youths and children to even fight because they have musicians, they do drama, they have jingles which they produce, all to help in fighting against corruption.
What additional step can be taken to enhance effectiveness of civil society organization in addressing financial crimes?
Okay, one, I would say we need to strengthen our collaboration with them.
Yes.
Especially between the anti-corruption agencies, the government, and the civil society organizations. As I said earlier, the fight against corruption cannot be won by anti-corruption agencies alone, so we need them. They are necessary. We have to work on building capacity building. Anti-corruption agencies can try and get resources to train civil society organizations in financial reporting, knowing what to look out for so that they report adequately and effectively. 3, I would say increase transparency. We need to make them understand that they are whistleblowers, they are the eyes of the citizens, they are the eyes of the nation actually. So whatever they're doing, they have to be transparent and accountable. They shouldn't be used, as I said, I think previously I talked about how some of them are being used by either politically exposed persons or people that have corruption cases in government agencies or anti-corruption agencies to actually fight them. That's corruption fighting back. I would also say we could leverage on technology. Technology is very apt right now. It's something that you're doing something right here. Before you know it, in the blink of an eye, is in China.
The world is a global nation.
Exactly. So it's a global village. So
yes.
We could leverage on technology. Also, they could engage the youth and marginalized groups. The youth are very important in the fight against corruption. Still taking us back to what I said earlier. That's why the EFCC do not leave the youth. The youth are one of the major stakeholders of the EFCC. And I think not just EFCC, but the country as large, because they are the future. So we have to engage them, to teach them to know, create awareness, sensitize them, enlighten them on all they need to know about the fight against corruption.
How can citizens or the youth engage or support civil society effort against corruption?
Okay, I would say by being volunteers, they could actually be foot soldiers. You know, as I said, I always like using our slogan, which is see something, say something. They should be vigilant. They should see something and they should report it. They shouldn't just keep quiet. So they should be volunteers, that's one. See something, they report it to the either to anti-corruption agencies or even to civil society organizations, because some of them could actually work with civil society organizations. They should also participate in awareness campaign. As you said earlier, and I also mentioned, they are the leaders of tomorrow. They have to own this fight. So they should be able to carry awareness programs within themselves, whether online or physically. They should try to do that. And also, they could also try doing that through the Zero Tolerance Club we already have. They could use that to be a platform that they could push out such messages. They should support anti-corruption agencies, which is still using the Zero Tolerance Club, because we have those clubs there. They supporting us is we winning this fight against corruption. We having foot soldiers. So they should take it as their own personal fight, not just the fight for EFCC. They should say that they are patriotic enough and they want us to salvage Nigeria together. So they should support anti-corruption agencies. They should demand accountability. Whenever they see things are going wrong, don't join the bandwagon. Stand out and fight and demand accountability. They should educate themselves. They should go online, check what is happening, go to EFCC website, go to other anti-corruption agencies, law enforcement agencies, check their website and see what is happening so that they know what is happening around them. They should join community initiatives. There are some communities that have such initiative in fighting corruption or fighting social menace, because it's not just the fight against corruption, it's totally social menace, including drug abuse, stealing and all of that.
Autism, yes.
So they could join such communities to make their voice being heard. As I said, they should use digital platforms, which is social media. They should support whistleblowers, and they should also be whistleblowers. They see something, they say something, so that EFCC will do something about it, or rather, let the anti-corruption agencies do something about it.
Now, let's talk about the EFCC. How has the EFCC collaborated, or what is the relationship of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission with the civil society organizations over the years?
I would say that the EFCC has a robust relationship with civil society organizations. We have been working for decades, I would say, and it has always been a seamless relationship. We have a beautiful relationship. We, most of the time, it's about partnership and collaboration.
Yes.
And partnership and collaboration means I could use your platform, you can use mine, and we've had a beautiful relationship. We have a situation whereby civil society organizations will invite us for their programs, and we go there to deliver speeches, to talk to people, spread our anti-corruption messages through their own platforms. And we do the same. The EFCC is organizing something, we invite them to come. And then once in a while, we also have this engagement with civil society organizations. I remember last year, we had to go around the commands of the EFCC, the Zonal Directorate of the EFCC, to go and have an engagement with civil society organizations, because we feel they are the ones at the grassroots. So we took our messages and say, please help us spread this message in the language that the citizens understand, in the language you feel our message will be comprehended. Yes. Exactly. So we have a beautiful relationship, I could say. Overall, we have a beautiful relationship with civil society organizations.
Thank you so much, ACE2 Aishaman. But before I let you go, what final thought do you have about the role of civil society organization in our society to, help in tackling economic and financial crimes?
I would say, I think the civil society and law enforcement agencies should have a seamless relationship. We need to work as one. They have to understand that we cannot work without them, and they also need to understand that they cannot work without us. We should be looking out for each other. We shouldn't say, my own platform is to hate you. You understand? They are the eyes and ears of the citizens. They need to encourage public awareness. They need to take the messages they know to the public, to sell it out to the public. Let us work as one entity, and not that I am civil society and you are government. Because at the end of the day, we're working for the totality of having a better and beautiful Nigeria. And we are all Nigerians. We have no country but Nigerians. So we have to work together. Create awareness, involve the youth, be supportive of each other, because we cannot work alone.
My name is Miracle Chukwagoziem. Back to the studio for the rest of the program.
This is where we call it a day on the program today. Next week, we will be back with other topics for discussion on economic and financial crimes, as well as other forms of corruption. I am Abbas Abubakar.
And I am Aisha Mohammed. Don't forget to keep the discussion going through our mail info@efcc.gov.ng. If you want to speak to our officers or representatives, do call this line 0809 3322 644. Again, 0809 3322 644. Do follow us on all our social media platforms at Official EFCC across all the social media platforms for matters relating to economic and financial crimes. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Be kind to yourself and to others around you. And do enjoy the rest of the day.